Hello students, welcome back to another video tutorial from the Department of Biotechnology, Guru Nanak College of Science, Ballarpur. Myself Gaurav Sudhakar Gugre, and today I am going to discuss about the topic restriction enzymes. So in this topic we will talking about uh, the term restriction enzymes, their discovery, how this restriction enzyme works, and the types of restriction enzymes, followed by their subunits of restriction enzymes, then their nomenclature, then recognition sequence, and their property of restriction enzyme, and finally the applications of restriction enzymes. So let's see one by one. So first is, what are restriction enzymes? So restriction enzymes is a type of endonuclease, or it's a protein or enzyme produced by a bacteria, and that cleaves DNA at specific sites along the DNA molecule, and it results into eliminating an infecting organism, that is nothing but the phage, and that's the main work of this restriction enzyme. So why name is restriction enzyme? Because this enzyme having the restriction for the cleavage, and this enzyme can be used to cut the DNA sequence, or we can say break the phosphodiester linkage or bond between the nucleotides, and it results into break the DNA into a different segments. And that's the specificity and uniqueness of restriction enzyme. So this restriction enzyme generally recognize the nucleotide sequence in the DNA molecule and then make a cut or break within that sequence or somewhere else, and that's the beauty of this restriction enzyme. That's the uniqueness of this restriction enzyme. And this restriction enzyme widely or naturally present in all kind of prokaryotes, especially in the bacteria, and that's why because this restriction enzyme used to cut the DNA sequence, so it's an important tool for manipulating DNA in genetic engineering. That's why this genetic restriction enzyme is called as a molecular scissor in genetic engineering. Now recognition sequence. Recognition sequence is a specific nucleotide sequence recognized by the restriction enzyme to make a specific cut between the nucleotide, and it result into the break the DNA into a different segment, and each restriction enzyme always cut at the same recognition sequence, and these recognition sequence are generally palindromic in nature. It means they are mirror like palindrome, in which the same forward and backward are on a single strand of DNA. Like example, here I am taking here the GTA ATG. If you read it in forward direction GTA, and if you read in backward direction, then the sequence is same, GTA. So it's a palindromic sequence, or it's a mirror like palindrome. Or sometime this recognition sequence are inverted repeat palindromes. Is the sequence where we can read the same forward and backward, but the forward and backward sequence are found in complementary DNA strand. So here I am taking the example GTA TAC is being complementary to CAT ATG. As everyone knows about that, the DNA molecule having the four kind of nucleotide bases ATGC. So in G always pair with C, and T always pair with A. So in this sequence GTA TAC now is being complementary to GAT ATG. So here if you read it this sequence in forward direction, then it is GTA TAC, and when it is read in backward direction, then also it is GTA TAC. So this is the inverted repeat palindrome. So mostly the recognition sequence are palindromic sequence, and sometimes it is inverted repeat palindromes. And these sequence are recognized by restriction enzyme to cut the DNA sequence. So here I am taking one example, that is madam. If you read it in forward direction, then it is the spell is like MADAM, that is madam. And if you read it in backward direction, then the same spelling is there, MADAM, that is madam. So with this similar, I am taking the examples of recognition sequence GAATTC in 5 to 3 direction, and if you read it in the 5 to 3 direction reversely, then it is also the GATTC, and it is a complementary to the GAATTC. So this is the examples of recognition sequence, and it is generally a palindromic sequence, or it could be a inverted repeat palindromes. Here I am taking the one examples of restriction enzyme EcoR1. So EcoR1 recognition sequence is GAATTC, and this recognition sequence recognized by this restriction enzyme EcoR1 and made a cut between the G and A on each strand, and this result in a cleaves the nucleotide 5-AATTC overhanging, and this is known as a sticky end because the hydrogen bond are available to sticks to a complementary 3-TTA. And everyone should remember that the restriction enzyme never stop with one cut, and they continue to cut at every recognition sequence on a DNA strand. So now the discovery of restriction enzyme. The term restriction enzyme is originated from the study of Phage lambda. In 1962, the Werner Erber, a scientist, he is a Swiss biochemist, and he provided the first evidence for the existence of molecular scissor and that could cut the DNA. And he showed that the E. coli bacteria have this enzymatic immune system that recognize and destroy the foreign DNA and modify a native DNA to prevent a self-destruction. In 1970, the Hamilton O. Smith, Thomas Cayley, and Ken Wilcox isolated and characterized the first type 2 restriction enzyme, that is HIN2, from the bacterium Haemophilus influenzae. And for their work in the discovery and characterization of restriction enzymes, in the 1978, the scientists Werner Erber, Daniel Natham, and Hamilton Smith was awarded with the Nobel Prize for the physiology or medicine. So now let's move on the biological role of restriction enzymes. So naturally, a bacteria, mostly bacteria, have evolved or produced a class of enzyme, that is restriction enzyme, as a defense against bacteriophage, because the bacteriophage here is the bacterial killer, is a natural bacterial killer and generally feed on the bacteria, and that's why the name bacteriophages. So bacteriophage is a natural enemy of bacteria. So once this bacteriophages infect the bacteria, they release their own genetic material into the cytoplasm of bacteria. And now here the bacteriophage first approach is to kill the bacterial chromosome and use their protein machinery for their own benefits. So for this bacteriophage genetic material produce a certain kind of nuclease, and that degrade the bacterial chromosome. Instead of that, bacteria also try to make a defense against this bacteriophage and produce a restriction enzymes. And these restriction enzymes Now recognize the recognition sequence present in the DNA of viruses, that is in the phage, and flip it and break down it. And this is the defense system from the bacterial side by producing the restriction enzyme against that bacteriophages. But as I already said that the restriction enzyme work is to cleave the DNA at specific recognition site. And so there is also a chance to cut its own DNA, own bacterial DNA, as the bacterial chromosome is larger than the phages and may have a chance of some recognition site for the restriction enzyme. And so there is a now war between the phage genetic material and the bacterial genetic material. So in that case, the bacteria modify its own DNA in such way that so the own produced restriction enzymes can recognize its own part of the DNA and prevent from the self-destruction. So here the methylation is the one of the DNA modification process occur in bacteria where the methylation subunit of restriction enzyme added methyl group on adenine and cytosine nucleotide of the DNA, and it result in a modification of its own DNA. So it's a tag for the restriction enzyme to recognize its own part. So here this methylated strand or methylated bacterial chromosome now say to restriction enzyme, hey, this is part of yourself, don't kill me, don't destruct me, and go for to a foreign invader, that is the against the phage, or go for to killing the phage DNA. And this is the message given by this methylated strand to the restriction enzyme. And this is actually the role of restriction enzyme in bacteria. So restriction enzyme is nothing but the enzymatic immune system for bacteria, where they recognize and destroy the foreign DNA, that is the DNA of bacteriophages, and also modify its native DNA to prevent from the self destruction. So this is the biological role of restriction enzyme in bacteria. And this system is called as restriction modification system in bacteria. Now multi-subunit protein. Actually this restriction enzyme is function as a single protein complex. It's a multi-subunit protein and it contains the 2 restriction subunit, 2 methylation subunit, and 1 specificity subunit. So restriction subunit is involved for the cleavage of DNA, and methylation subunit is involved for the modification of its own DNA, that is the process methylation. And the 1 specificity subunit is for the recognition of specific DNA sequence. And this restriction enzyme cleave DNA at random length from the recognition site. Now the question is how this restriction endonuclease works. The restriction enzyme recognizes a specific sequence of nucleotide and produce a double-stranded cut in the DNA, and it results into the break the DNA into a different segment. So there are 2 kind of cuts done carried by a restriction enzyme or done by the restriction enzymes. First is blunt end and second is sticky end. The blunt end, you can see over here how the blunt end is look like. It's the straight cutting of nucleotide in a 2 strand by the restriction enzymes. where in the sticky end this cut is different, and one cut at another side of one strand and second cut is another side of the second strand. So there is a overhanging of single stranded DNA, you can see over here. So this is referred as the sticky end. So sticky end versus blunt end. So most of the restriction enzyme make the staggered cut in the DNA, and this produce a single stranded, a sticky end or single stranded overhanging region, and that is referred as a sticky end. And DNA fragment with the complementary sticky end can be combined to create a new molecule, and which allow the creation and manipulation of DNA sequence from the different sources. While in case of blunt end, the some restriction enzyme cut DNA at opposite bed in the straight line, and this end is known as the blunt end, and this blunt ended fragment can be joined to any other DNA fragment with the same blunt end, and these enzymes generally useful for certain type of DNA cloning experiments. So let's move on the type of restriction enzyme. So restriction endonucleases are categorized into a three general group: type 1, type 2 and type 3, and it is categorized on the basis of their composition, the enzyme's cofactor requirement for their full activity, and the nature of their target sequence, and the position of their DNA cleavage site relative to the target sequence. So let's see first type 1. So type 1 restriction endonucleases are the complex endonucleases and have a recognition sequence of about 15 base pair, and they cleave the DNA about 1000 base pair away from the fifth end from the recognition site. It means ये जो टाइप 1 रेस्ट्रिक्शन एंजाइम है इसका रिकॉग्निशन सीक्वेंस कितने बेस पेयर का है? 15 बेस पेयर का, और ये क्लीव करता है डीएनए अबाउट 1000 बेस पेयर अवे फ्रॉम द फिफ्थ एंड फ्रॉम द रिकॉग्निशन साइट. उसके जो रिकॉग्निशन साइड है 15 बेस पेयर के, इसके आगे 1000 बेस पेयर जाके ये क्या करता है? कट करता है. टाइप 1 restriction enzymes, and these restriction enzyme cleave DNA at random length from the recognition site, and they are capable for both restriction as well as modification activity because they have 2 restriction subunit, 2 methylation subunit and 1 specificity subunit. And the cofactor which is required for the full activity of these restriction enzymes are S-adenosine methionine, that is Adomate, ATP and Mg2+. Now let's move on the second type of restriction enzyme, that is type 2. So these restriction type 2 enzyme are most commonly available and used restriction enzyme in genetic engineering. And unlike the type 1 and type 3 restriction enzymes, type 2 restriction enzyme are composed of only one subunit, that is the R subunit. And the recognition site are usually here is undivided and palindromic and 4 to 8 nucleotide in length, and this restriction enzyme recognize and cleave the DNA at the same site, means within that recognition sequence or immediately outside their recognition sequence. ये जो टाइप 2 सेकंड रेस्ट्रिक्शन एंजाइम है, ये कहाँ पे क्लीव करता है? डीएनए within that same recognition sequence or just immediately outside their recognition sequence. And this restriction enzyme do not use ATP for their full activity, and they only require Mg2+ as a cofactor for the cleavage purpose. So this is the type 2 restriction enzyme. Now type 3 restriction enzyme. Type 3 restriction endonucleases are intermediate between the type 1 and type 2 restriction enzymes, and they cleave DNA in the immediate vicinity of their recognition site. and they cut DNA about 20 to 30 base pair after the recognition site. And this enzyme is a multi-subunit enzyme having the more than one subunit, and this enzyme require adomate and ATP cofactor for their role in DNA methylation and the restriction. तो ये टाइप 3 रेस्ट्रिक्शन एंजाइम है जो कि कट कहाँ करता है, कहाँ पे क्ल्यू करता है डीएनए मॉलिक्यूल को 20 to 30 बेस पेयर अवे फ्रॉम देयर रिकॉग्निशन साइट। एंड इस एंजाइम को सिर्फ एडोमेट एंड एटीपी को फैक्टर लगता है फॉर देयर फुल एक्टिविटी, एंड इट हैज़ ओनली it has a more than one subunit. So this is the type 3 restriction enzymes. Now what are the property of restriction enzymes? So all kind of restriction enzyme have the endonuclease and methylase activity. In case of their multi-subunit protein, so they are generally present in type 1 and type 3. While the type 2 restriction enzyme is a single subunit protein and having the cleavage activity, means they have the R subunit only. In case of their cofactor required for their full activity, so type 1 restriction enzyme require ATP Mg2 plus and adenosine methionine, and type 2 require only Mg2 plus for their full activity, and type 3 restriction enzyme require ATP as well as Mg2 plus. Cleavage site, type 1 restriction enzyme having the cleavage site up to 1000 base pair away from the restriction site, while in case of type 2 restriction enzyme cut DNA within that recognition sequence or just near the recognition sequence, while type 3 restriction enzyme cut DNA at 24 to 26 base pair away from the restriction site, and the examples are EcoB for type 1, EcoR1 for type 2, and EcoP1 for type 3. So now let's move on the nomenclature of restriction enzyme. The Smith and Nathans in 1973 proposed the enzyme naming scheme, and they nominate this restriction enzyme in the following way. They use the first letter from the genus, next two letters from represent the species of bacteria, and after that the addition letter or number generally represent the strain or serotype for the restriction enzymes nomenclature. And you can here I am taking one example. Enzyme restriction enzyme HIN2 was isolated from Haemophilus influenza serotype D. So HIN, HIN, H for Haemophilus, it's a genus. IN, it means influenza, it's a species of Haemophilus bacteria, and serotype D is represent the serotype, and 2 is a isolated order. So that's the why the name is HIN2. H for Haemophilus, IN for influenza, it's a species, and D is a serotype, and 2 is the isolated order. So in such way that the Smith and Nathan nomenclature or propose the enzyme naming scheme. So here I am taking some examples of restriction enzyme, so you can easily understand how they are nominated. So first here EcoR1. So EcoR1, E for Escherichia, it's a genus. CO is nothing but the coli, and it's a species of Escherichia. And R is the strain or serotype, and 1 is the isolated order. So ये फर्स्ट टाइम आइसोलेटेड किया गया, इसलिए इसको नाम दिया है EcoR1. कहाँ से आइसोलेटेड किया गया है? जीनस बैक्टीरिया जो है Escherichia, स्पेसीज है कोलाई, एंड स्ट्रेन है R, और ऑर्डर आइसोलेटेड, यानी फर्स्ट टाइम आइसोलेटेड हुआ, इसलिए इसको ऑर्डर 1 दिया गया है और इसका नाम दिया गया है इको R1. इन द सेम मैनर second example is hint 3. Haemophilus here is the genus of bacteria, and IN for the influenza, it's a species of this bacteria. D for the strain, it's a serotype or it's a strain or serotype of bacteria, and 3 is the isolated order. That's why the name hint 3. In the same manner, BAM H1 here the B is represent the bacillus bacteria, it's a genus, and AM represent the amylo, it's a species of the bacillus bacteria, and H is the serotype or you can say it's a strain, and 1 is the isolated order, so the name is BAM H1. Now here I am taking some examples of restriction enzyme and their recognition sequence. So first is BAM H1. Here the recognition or target sequence is GGATTC. Eco R1, it's a well familiar, well known example of restriction enzyme, generally used in the genetic engineering, widely used in the genetic engineering for cleavage purpose, and here the target sequence of this Eco R1 is GAATTC. You should always remember this sequence, GAATTC for the Eco R1. This is the recognition sequence for the restriction enzyme Eco R1. Hint 3 recognition sequence or target sequence is AAGCTT. In such way that the other restriction enzyme sequence here I am putting there here, and these are the sequence, target sequence, or you can say it's a recognition sequence for these restriction enzymes. So thank you very much. I hope you have enjoyed this video. So keep watching, keep learning. See you in the next video with new topic. Stay home, stay safe. Goodbye. Take care.